Hello, fabulous friends, fans, and superstars. Welcome to your horoscope for the week of October 22nd, 2017. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing week it is. Now, this is very amazing. Look, it's always amazing. There's something very magical and awe-inspiring about the sky. I absolutely love being a stargazer, of course, which is why I share my love of astrology with you guys, because to me, there is something really incredible about the symbolism of understanding how the sky is a mirror to our experiences and how we can use the symbolisms of the sky to in some way be better, to in some way move our lives consciously towards greater love and greater wisdom. Well, what we have this week is what a lot of people, a lot of astrologers in particular, like to call the luckiest day of the year. Now, that is something to celebrate, of course, the sun meeting Jupiter in the sky. And what I really like about moments like this is that they remind us there's a heightened awareness of the magic, or rather of the interconnection between us and everyone and everything, and us and the mirror that is the sky. So we've got the sun meeting Jupiter. These two planets, when they get together, we like to say it's the luckiest day of the year because the two of them have a way of magnifying each other's energies. Jupiter, the best of Jupiter, of course, is hope and inspiration and opportunity and possibility and a sense of what our lives could be if we opened ourselves up to the possible. So there's a lot to be said for Jupiter. Jupiter, of course, is the brightest star, the brightest planet in the sky, and represents the best and the most that we can be. The sun represents truth, represents life, and has a way of bringing us in touch with our truth, our core, our center, giving us the confidence to shine it that much more brightly. So the sun and Jupiter getting together is a powerful symbol. It is a symbol of hope and possibility and healing and luck and potential and faith coming together with truth and being highlighted, being activated, if you will, by being in touch with our truth and living from that place, being unafraid to be unabashedly seen for that truth within us. So there's a lot to be said here for how it is that we can go about to create the greatest luck for ourselves, to create the greatest alignment for ourselves with what it is that we hope to have transpire. But it is alignment that is especially highlighted at this time because this configuration is happening in the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio, among many things, represents the law of attraction. It speaks to our ability to get in touch with our emotional power and to align ourselves with the outcomes that we most desire, knowing that we will get there if we resonate with it most strongly. So that's one way to understand this law of attraction. But the thing is, the energy of Scorpio is also aware that sometimes there is a higher wisdom playing out. Sometimes there is value and there is strength in the surrender. So if we can surrender and trust that we will be led in a good place, if we can do our best to turn over the things we don't have control over and instead focus on gaining wisdom in the process, we will be led to somewhere that feels a lot easier and that feels a lot more empowering. So that's part of the wisdom that may show up now. But look, on a very practical level, in Scorpio and having this transpire, this very fortunate meeting of the sun and Jupiter, it says something to our ability to create more empowering circumstances for ourselves, our ability to be more honest with ourselves, to get to the core truth of a matter and create change from the inside out in a way that actually will matter, will bring about more love, more wisdom. Wisdom being part of Jupiter, of course, and also more practical opportunities as well. So I'm super excited about this. I love this configuration. I think all of us in some way are going to experience a boon of some kind and have a real sense that things are moving in a more loving and more wise direction. Now, that's not all that's happening this week. Mars is going to change signs this week. We'll move into the sign of Libra. So we can expect a lot more people out there to be very motivated to pair up. So this can be a lot of fun. Of course, it can be fun to meet new people and to have one-on-one interactions. But this can also bring with it a certain risk taking as well. So we should be mindful of that, the risks that we will go to meet other people, among other things. But Mars moving into this part of the sky as well, moving into the sign of Libra, can bring with it some indecisiveness as to the best course of action. So whether we are seeing that on a collective level or our own individual journeys, we may see some of that show up as well. Now, also this week, if all of that wasn't enough, we also have Mercury in the same part of the sky as the Sun and Jupiter, and Mercury will be doing some very sweet things. Mercury will be reaching out in supreme harmony with Neptune and reaching out in harmony with Pluto. I love this. I feel like there is an energy here of romance and imagination and possibility. I feel like a lot of us are going to be swept away with a thought of possibility that in turn will fuel the sense of luck that may very well find us this week. Neptune having these types of conversations, we want to be a little careful with what type of news is reaching us, because it is very possible now that news is planted in some way to make things look better than they actually are. But the thing with Scorpio energy is the truth always comes out. The truth always comes out, and along with it comes an understanding and keys as to how to create meaningful change so that future truths are more empowering and more loving as well. Now, finally, if all that wasn't enough, we also have Venus moving through the sign of Libra and speaking with Pluto. This is a conversation of tension. We can expect some very inconvenient and powerful attractions to take place, maybe even some love and power games to happen with this as well. And really the key word here I see is strong, fated, inconvenient. So we want to keep that in mind. Of course, what it is that we choose to do is always up to us in light of our own unique circumstances. But if you find yourself very drawn to another person, try to give it a minute if you can, because this can be the kind of energy that can have us feeling very moved in a particular direction, feeling like it's very fated, feeling like this is the one, and then more details are revealed. And then we get a chance to step back and say, okay, what does it say about me that I was so drawn in a certain direction? And ultimately, that really is where the power is. You know, attraction is something, I actually talked about this the other day when I was doing my talk with Fraser Valley Astrology Guild in Vancouver. And when I was doing that talk, I was talking about attraction, right? And what is it ultimately that attracts us to another person? Well, in some way, they are awakening some familiar emotion within us. We respond to them energetically because they think they're going to awaken some emotion that we got used to dwelling in a very, very long time ago. But how propelled we are towards them ultimately is up to us to decide if it works for us or not. And if it doesn't, we can actually condition ourselves to be drawn to and find attractive and be turned on by qualities like loyalty and friendship and honesty. We don't normally think of these qualities as being what gets a sort of physical reaction from us, but these are actually qualities that we can train ourselves to find attractive if we are not already in that default position. And we actually talked about this a little bit, and I think that this sky is perfect for this understanding that actually comes from Augustine. But this understanding is going to be part of a very imperative energy this week, an energy this week that is going to ask us to choose a more optimistic and promising future or a very immediate reaction. Now, the good thing is it doesn't have to be one or the other. We actually can entertain both. And at the same time, there's going to be a real impetus to be more deeply honest with ourselves. And ultimately, it is that honesty that opens up the greatest fortune, because that comes about when we live our lives consciously and of our own choosing, and choosing to cultivate greater love and greater wisdom, no matter what. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful for it. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, thumbs up. It means so much. You can get an expanded look for your sign online right now at astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars who get expanded exclusive video scopes each and every week, including this week where I talk all about how all this wonderful stuff, including the sun meeting Jupiter, how does it speak to you in your sign, Mars changing signs, all of it. I talk about it for each and every sign, so you can sign up at nadiyashah.com or astrofabulous.com. I have special horoscopes there as well, including Jupiter specials, Saturn specials, and you can get those included as part of your superstar package, or you can download those individually. So again, it's all on my website, nadiyashah.com. You can purchase individual downloads or get the membership. Either way, thank you. Thank you so much for being here, for celebrating the sky and your lives with me. I'm so very grateful for it. I will be doing a Facebook Live this week to celebrate the sun meeting Jupiter in the sky. I will have one or two announcements, which I'm really excited about, new offerings, but also I will be just answering questions and having fun with you guys online. So I hope that you will meet me there. Turn on your notifications on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, then keep an eye out on YouTube, because I will post that video on YouTube. I want to send a very big burst of gratitude. Thank you so much to the Fraser Valley Astrology Guild in Vancouver. I had so much fun with everybody who came out. Thank you. I loved meeting each and every one of you. Thank you so much. I will next be in India. I'll be in Kolkata at the very end of January as part of the IVC conference. And in March, I will be in Serbia as well. So I'm going to be hanging out like sort of in that part of the world. I'll be in India. Basically, I'll be going to the conference. It's like the very end of January and the first few days of February. And then I'll just like sort of go around a little bit, see the Taj Mahal in the first weeks of February. And then I'll have a month where I'm just kicking around and not really sure what I'm going to be doing. So if you are in that general vicinity of Europe or Asia and you would like to organize an event, I would love to come and speak to your astrology group. So please do reach out, use the contact form on my website, nadiyashah.com, and we can make that happen. Any excuse to travel, I am right there. So yes, please do reach out. Since I'll be in that general area anyways, I would love to pop by, meet other friends and fans around the world. It is so much fun, and I would love to do that. So do let me know. And also, I thank you so much for this moment with you, and I look forward to interacting with you guys live later this week. It'll be like the 25th or 26th, but yeah, keep an eye on those notifications. And thank you so much for this moment with you. I'm truly so grateful for it. It'll be a great week. Enjoy.